What's going on, guys, and welcome back. We are back on the snow, and we have a pretty serious fleet of sleds. We obviously have my sled, Ron de Burgundy, we have Bruce's sled, and we have the coveted cross-country sled that we have done videos about, and you guys have probably seen some other stuff about. So we were out here testing and tuning a couple different setups. I have the same rears in my sled, but Bruce did valve the fronts now. So we're going to try that out. Bruce's sled is valved in the rear, has different front track shock, spring, fronts are factory, and so we're just coming out here to see kind of what the differences feel like. To make the playing field level, we actually put stock skis back on mine so it feels just like these other ones. We tried this before, and with the CNAs, it just made so much of a difference that you couldn't even tell, suspension wise, because the skis felt, just completely different. So we're out here and we're gonna see what we got. So it's me, Bruce, and Kate. Kate, I introduced you guys to last weekend, so we're gonna be playing Ring Around the Rosie on these 3 sleds today and seeing what does what. We're gonna try and find some real beat up spots and hang out and film some stuff. So I'm hoping this turns out to be pretty good, but we're definitely gonna be, again, we're just testing and testing and testing. So my rear, as you guys know, was much better than what it was before. It's like a completely different sled. So we're gonna try again in the fronts. We have, the stiffer springs still, but we did some valving to it as well. So we're gonna try and see what we do there. So Bruce's is a 128 XCR, mine's a 136, and the cross country is also a 136. So that is completely stock. We're also gonna be talking about that. That has a similar shock package to everything, your XCRs, but it is valved much differently. Has rebound on all, I think 3 corners. I don't think the center shock has it. So, but that's it. Ready? Kate, officially say hi to the channel.
Hi, guys.
So, I don't know what one you're going on first. You pick.
I like blue.
There you go. We know what one Bruce is going for.
Is that blinking red?
We want to find bumps. We can't find one anywhere.
Yeah.
That would be the only bumpy trail usually
That one there going up to the parking lot.
when it's ridden, but I don't know how much traffic would be on, you know what I mean?
No, we
That's a
can-
good one like
we can go up and
Thursday
back.
night when everybody's hammering out.
Yeah.
We can go up and back that way and see.
Yeah, honestly, that would probably be the only whooped out one.
This one here is usually bumpy too.
I remember this from when me and you ran last year. That was shitty.
Yeah, this is what they used to call it the brown trail. Because it was always fucking brown. Because everybody's, that's the thing that gets you
Everywhere.
into where you're going.
Yeah.
But we'll go that way first. Not that, and then we'll spin around. And...
Yeah. All right, guys, we did, I don't know, 20-ish miles or so, and we stopped. Me and Bruce really only switched. That's Kate's first time on a 650, so we're going to get her outlook on how she feels about that compared to her 600. But this feels much, much better kind of all around. The trails are super flat, but the couple little holes that we did feels much better. I'm not used to it with stock skis, that's for sure, but front end feels really good. I did get to ride the cross country, but we're going to let Bruce talk about that because he's like a kid in a candy store about this one.
Yeah. Yeah, this sled is definitely, tried and true race department stuff. It was, as soon as I got on it, throttle response, braking, ride and handling, it's spot on to do what it's supposed to do. It is a little on the rigid side if the snow was really hard, but other than that, I mean, that's what you would expect. That's what guys that ride this or are going to go cross country racing want. I mean, they don't really have to do anything to it. But trail wise, it is a lot of fun, and the motor, ton of response. It was. I mean, I couldn't stop talking about it first time I rode it. It was just so good.
Yeah, he's been so blown away with this suspension on this sled and how it feels as we're trying to relay everything in this to our sleds, our trail sleds. And I think we're getting pretty close. We're dialing them in.
Yeah, and now I know where to not go to get that rigidness out. So we can make those changes, get it anti-bottoming, and make it good through that small stuff, which I'm going to do to this anyway, just so that it conforms a little bit more to normal trail stuff and still have anti-bottoming. But it definitely tells you where these were, where this is, and where we want to be. Definitely tells you that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're definitely moving and grooving. Again, we have two different setups, one in mine, one in Bruce's, and they both handle great. They both ride great. They both handle the bumps good. But when you get on them, they're definitely a different feel.
Yeah, it's the things I did inside yours compared to my shocks. I mean, yours is a 136 too. Mine's a 128, but still, you can definitely feel a difference in the sled and kind of go like, okay, I need to change this a little bit or that just to get that like perfect. But they definitely relate to it. And immediately when you go out, like last night when we went out in all those big holes, it just swallow them right up, and you just don't feel anything in your heels.
Yeah. I mean, it's last night. Oh, we got some fellow sledders coming. But yeah, so that night ride from the previous, two videos ago was technically here. We just got mishmashed with video timing and everything like that. But I mean, compared to what they were in factory form, it's like you're on a completely different sled. I mean, we did a half a mile last night, and I was like, wow, what a difference.
Yeah.
More fellow sledders. 650 talk. We talked about this last year. The first time I rode one was when I actually rode with Bruce last year, and it's super impressive. I rode it the other night again, and again, super impressive. Kate, what did you think about it? First time, right?
Yeah, first time. I am very impressed. It just goes. you hit that throttle, and the response is right there.
Yeah.
Like I had a stupid smile on my face the whole time. So I give it a 2 thumbs up.
10 out of 10?
I do.
10 out of 10. Kate gives a 650 a 10 out of 10. Well, maybe we'll put her on an 850.
Yeah.
So we're going to go and get some more miles in. We just wanted to stop and talk to you guys. We'll probably BS in the truck once we get back. a little bit more, and hopefully we find some rough stuff.
This is what I'm gonna go riding about.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what you get for not riding with us.
Love you, Darren. Bye. All right, guys, so that is the end of that video. We did find some bumpy trails. It looks super flat there, but we did eventually find some. But by the time I got there, my GoPros were dead again. But I got new batteries, so I'm not worried about them anymore. But comparison, the 600 cross-country sled is unbelievable. For an out-of-the-box sled that Bruce hasn't touched anything to, it is unbelievable. It is super nimble. The brakes are out of this world, and I'm really blown away, especially blown away with the 600. That thing moves and boogies along. The difference between mine and Bruce's sled, they're definitely different, but they both work good. So it's super hard. Bruce's, I think, is a little... Bruce's is a little bit stiffer than mine in some aspects, but then in other aspects, it feels fine. So I'm definitely happy that I have the 120. They're either 120 or 125 pound front springs. I think that makes a big difference. I think it gives me a little bit more ski pressure, which I like, and it keeps the front of that sled up. Sorry, that was a hard one for me to get out. And that's, I really, really like that part of it. My front track shock is still a little bit soft, I think. He ended up leaving the factory piston inside that shock, and I just think it just flows way too much. So he's actually going to be taking that and putting a different one in there and changing the valving around, and actually going to change the spring up on that also and go to the high gear dual rate, which is what he has in his. Makes that initial movement, kind of soft, and then it gets super stiff once it gets through the stroke. But we have these things working really, really good. I'm super pumped about it. They are 110% night and day difference over the factory stuff. And again, factory stuff for us was just too soft. The stuff that we ride and gets beat up really bad. So this is necessary for us. Again, it's not necessary for everyone. The heavy duty springs aren't necessary for everyone, but if you're riding, big whooped out stuff, a lot of this, is necessary for you guys, especially if you ride hard. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, as always, put them down in the comments. I'll get back to you. If you need shock work, call Southside Sales and Service, ask for Bruce Sr., and they will, those guys will get you all hooked up. Again, Bruce has been doing shocks nonstop for weeks now since sleds came in, because as soon as sleds came in, they went out, people rode them, realized they were too soft, and now we're getting a really good idea of where everything needs to be. So, but again, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.